cloud cover and the fog may look ideal, but it's actually 96% humidity. I can attest for that because even after doing that 2-mile run, I'm a little sweaty, and that was at an easy pace. Good thing I brought some electrolytes with me that I'm going to down right before I start.
Welcome back to my channel. It's race day again, and this one is extra special. Today, I'm running the Manhattan Beach 10K, making 10 years since I started running long distances. It was the hottest race in town, selling out the week of the race.
Why, hello there. It's October 3rd, 2 days away from the Manhattan Beach 10K. I got off on a super late start this morning, and I'm running my 6-miler before my race. And I'm paying for it because it's 72 degrees right now, despite it being at the beach, but we're in the middle of a heat wave.
It's October, and it feels like we're still in the middle of summer. It was 75 degrees at the beach, making this a warm run.
It could have been a lot worse. I mean, we could be in the Inland Empire right now where it's like over 100 degrees, but we'll deal with this relative heat and enjoy this easy run.
Looking back, running has done more than just made me physically stronger. It changed me as a person. It's taught me resilience, discipline, and most importantly, how to keep moving forward no matter the obstacles.
Now I'm running the last mile of the Manhattan Beach 10K course, and it feels so nice to finally get some breeze. Otherwise, it's pretty hot and humid right now. Now you may ask, why am I running a 10K when I should be prepping for the Big Bear full marathon next month? I'm using it as a speed workout. I mean, that's a good 10K tempo run right there. And most importantly, it marks 10 years since I started running long distance. Yes, 10 years at the 10K. No, I mean, I haven't been running 10Ks for 10 years. I mean, the 10K sparked off these last 10 years of long distance running.
A decade ago, I wouldn't have imagined this journey would shape who I am today. But here I am, 10 years in, having completed over 20 half marathons, 20 full marathons, and now chasing a Boston qualifier.
Here we go with the last stretch of the 10K course. Now, this is my favorite part of 10K because you start going down a little bit. So a little bit of a downhill to the finish line, so it's kind of fast. And that's where, you really kick it up a notch for that last point too. And look who we have here. We have the cheering crowds here. Yeah, cheering us to the finish line. Not that kind of finish line, but that finish line down there. Yep, that's what it's gonna look like on race day as we finish. Go across a rainbow crosswalk, and then the finish line is just over there to the right. And that's the preview of the last mile of the 10K course. I still have a mile and a half left of my 6-mile run, so I'll see you at the end.
That was a fiery 6 miles done and felt kind of hard due to the heat and humidity. However, I did negative split.
It may be October, but it doesn't feel like fall. So that's why I got an iced drink. It's an iced apple crisp. That's as autumn as it's gonna get. Oh, that iced drink is heavenly after that really hot and humid 6-mile run. Should have ran 0.2 to complete it, but I'll wait for race day to do that. As I mentioned earlier, the Manhattan Beach 10K marks 10 years since I took up long distance running. I can't believe I stuck it out with running for this long. It originally was supposed to be like, a little fun side thing. I had just seen a poster 10 years ago advertising Manhattan Beach 10K, and so I was like, why not? Let me just try it. I mean, I was running 4 to 5 miles regularly, so what's another 1.2 miles, right? I didn't run in high school. I mean, I could barely run a mile in high school. Definitely didn't run in college. I did one 5K as a med student, and the time was not very good. Let's just say I remember the donut at the finish line better than I can remember my finish time. The 10K was basically supposed to be like, okay, I'm just gonna run this 10K to say I did a long distance race, just a bucket list item. Of course, that was just a gateway to other distances. Little did I know that running would transform my life and open me to other worlds.
A little walk down memory lane. I had surprised myself by finishing a sub 1 hour in my first 10K when my goal was just to finish. I then worked my way up to the half marathon distance, returning to the Manhattan Beach 10K if I happened to be off the first Saturday of the month. Eventually, I moved up to the full marathon distance and combined my love for travel and running. I got to run in the New York City Marathon and the Chicago Marathons 3 times. Breaking the 4-hour barrier in 2019 was a big deal to me. The 2020 LA Marathon was my PR, and then the world shut down a few days after. But I continued to run during the pandemic with virtual runs, including the Manhattan Beach 10K that was virtual that year. When in-person racing resumed, I was back in full force and tried to get back to where I had left off in March 2020, with now my sights set on trying to get a Boston qualifier. The time standards just got more stringent, and now I have to run a sub 3:35 for my age group. I still have a lot of work to do.
Of course, the irony. It's now overcasted since I'm going to go pick up my bib. I really could have used that cloud cover earlier today on that 6-miler.
Here at Village Runner to pick up the bib. This may not be as grand of an expo like Chicago or New York City marathons, but I was just as excited. Yep, that's me. Never too early to start carbo loading, so here we go with Dunkin' Donut holes. Only one though. I think I'll grab a chocolate one. Here's a preview of the finisher's shirt, which usually features the artwork of a local resident. How cool is that? And free pizza. Can't wait until after the race. Can always go for free pizza. 2014, that's when I first ran the Manhattan Beach 10K. I ran it again in 2015, 2016, and then took a break up until 2020 when I did the virtual. We all remember what happened in 2020, and at that time they did a virtual race, which I ran by myself. I wish I was able to run this race every year as my work schedule would allow, but hey, at least I'm happy to be able to run it on my 10th anniversary this year.
The flat lay for the 10K compared to half marathons and marathons, this looks pretty bare bones, but the reality is I don't need that much gear to run a 10K. Kind of feels minimalistic here.
A pre-race snack, a Klondike bar. Look what it says in the back here. What would you do for a Klondike? Run a 5K in a polar bear costume. Well, not doing that tomorrow. Instead, I'm running a 10K. It's the morning of the race, but I was not nervous because I was treating it like a workout for the Revel Big Bear Marathon that was 6 weeks away. Good morning. It is October 5th and it is 6:40 a.m. We're 50 minutes away from the Manhattan Beach 10K. To get to the start line, I'm going to be running a 2-mile warm-up. It's currently 62 degrees, way cooler than it's been all week. Let's hope that this weather will stay for the next 2 hours. It's overcast and a little foggy, but it's actually a little humid, so maybe it's not going to be so great after all. Taking it easy. After all, it's a 2-mile warm-up. Remember, today's race is more like it's a workout. It's supposed to be like a Rolling Hills workout for the first 9 miles of the Big Bear Half Marathon. The Big Bear Full Marathon isn't completely downhill. I've been told the first half has a lot of rollers, so guess what? This course will work really well for that. Also, I'm adding on some mileage. After all, gotta keep that weekly mileage up. Doesn't matter that I have a 10K this weekend. Even though I'm supposed to be running a 10K today, in total, it'll be more like 9.2 miles. Almost like a long run day. Whether it's waking up at 5 a.m. to get miles in, pushing through humid summer runs, or coming back from injuries, Running forces you to confront challenges head on. It's taught me how to set goals, stay disciplined, and stay patient, knowing that progress comes, but only with consistency. I hope all those weeks of training in the heat will prepare me for 96% humidity. Every runner knows the mental battle that happens in the middle of a race. Your legs are tired, your body is screaming, but you have to keep going. Over the years, those moments of struggle have helped me build a kind of mental toughness that has spilled into every area of my life.
Running of the Manhattan Beach 10K. We have a perfect day for an awesome run.
Originally, I had planned on going for a PR, but with the high humidity, I took my coach's advice and made it more of a tempo/steady state workout.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 37th running of the Manhattan Beach 10K. Good luck.
Waiting for the start here. Well, I guess we are sort of moving. Oh, we're moving. All right, 10 years of running today.
Yeah!
Woohoo! I went out slow for mile 1, or it was more like being limited by the crowds. However, my experience gave me confidence that I would catch up, so I didn't panic even when it continued to be crowded around mile 2. Miles 3 to 4 were the rolling hills. I took it easy going up and then let loose going down. Last year I went out way faster and harder and was feeling defeated at this point. This year, because I held back, I felt energized and didn't mind eating those rollers. Then it was a darn hill on Rosecrans at mile 5. I walked about 30 seconds of it and didn't let it bother me that people were passing. It turned out to be a good strategy because once I started running after the crest, I passed all those people from earlier. And then mile 6 was fast and furious. It was my usual running route. I knew every crack on the pavement. And for the last 0.2 miles, I should have emptied the tank, but, I felt pretty good. So I finished as strong as I could and almost crashed into the photographer. Overall, I felt like I had a nice steady state workout, better temps than the scorching ones from the past week.
10-year anniversary of running done. Oh my gosh, that was really humid.
I knew this wasn't a PR race, but you know what? With age and experience, you understand you don't need to go all out for every race. Plus, I had an 18-mile run scheduled in 6 days, so I did not want to spend all of my energy on this 10K.
We went from road racing to now a beach race, a beach run.
Yeah, I know. I kept getting.
I can't see in my shoes. I just know it.
Sometimes you sign up for a race for the pleasure of running. Being able to run without the pressure of a finish time allows you to enjoy the event and the scenery. Before collecting my shirt, I wanted to collect some post-race freebies.
Oh, thank you so much. At 10 years of running, I become an expert. Always go for the goodie bag, and then that way you can load up all of the swag here at the Expo.
Hey, Molly! How are you doing?
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Matches my nail polish.
No.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, all these different flavors. Asian pear, lychee, yuzu. Oh my gosh. Can I have the lychee one?
Yeah,
Oh, that's nice. They even have cream cheese to go with the bagels because I didn't have much of a breakfast today. And banana.
they're organic too.
Organic banana.
You're welcome.
The strawberry one. Get the strawberry one.
Give us a follow, sweetie ice cream.
I can use this mochi ice cream to cool me off. I'm still pretty hot.
There are no finisher medals at this race. Instead, you get a finisher shirt after the race, unlike other events where you collect your shirt at the Expo. Let's put it this way, you had to earn the honor of wearing your finisher shirt. So what was my finish time? I came in at 51:28, which was slower than my PR at last year's race. I didn't finish in the top 10 in my age division like last year, but overall, I was satisfied with the results. I was most proud that I had started off slow, found a steady pace, and ended faster in the last mile. Well, mile 5 was a dud because of that infamous hill on Rosecrans. Continuing on this search for freebies with a piece of pizza. What I was looking most forward to was the free ASCII Cup, which the line for it this year went a lot faster. All right, cool, thank you. Oh, and a card too. I'm happy I got my ASCII Cup. I also got to meet some viewers of this channel. Hi, everybody. I'm just going to enjoy this ASCII Cup before starting my 1 mile cool down. I know I can take the alleyway back, but I'm going to take the scenic route back. I ran the alleyways a lot during the pandemic when the Strand was closed. It's a good alternative when the Strand's crowded, but I prefer walking and running on the Strand. Take a look at these views, right? Meanwhile, let's take a look what I got. I got basically snacks for days. I don't even have to go grocery shopping for snacks this week. Here we are, back in Hermosa. This will be an interesting run because I got my bag of goodies here to run with. Here we go. 1 mile cool down starting. Some people run with a hydration pack. I run with a swag pack. And there we go. 1 mile cool down done at 9:25. Here's showing my work for runner's math. The 9.2 miles done for today. There you have it. 10 years of running. Where did those 10 years go? I've had some ups and downs, a lot of plateaus, but that's how it goes when you pick up a hobby. There'll be some good days, there'll be some bad days, there'll just be days where you're not moving at all. But that's part of the natural growth curve. The most important thing that I've gotten out of these past 10 years of running is that I have built in a habit. It's ingrained into me to the point where it's part of my identity. I can't imagine a life without running. For example, I'm actually off this weekend of the Manhattan Beach 10K because I work every other weekend and I just happen to be off this weekend. So of course I had to sign up and run it. To wake up on a weekend morning that I'm off and not running feels weird. If I'm not running, it's because I was assigned a rest day by my coach or I'm recovering from a race. But otherwise I'm gonna run because that's part of the habit. It brings me joy. It makes me feel fulfilled. Not sure what the next 10 years are going to look like. I definitely am going to continue working for a Boston qualifier, even though they keep tightening up the time requirements. I would love to combine my love for traveling and running and do more international races. There are a lot of cool international marathons out there that are on my bucket list that I definitely want to do. Of course, you know, the world majors like London, Tokyo, Berlin. I want to do those along with Copenhagen, Paris, Dublin, Reykjavik, even something crazy like Antarctica before it melts. I love meeting people, making new friends when I'm at these races or when I'm running or working out. And best of all, creating memories because those are what are going to pay dividends in my old age. 10 years in and I've run more miles than I can count. But what I've gained through running is immeasurable. It's made me stronger, mentally tougher, and connected me to a community that inspires me every day. And as I continue this journey, I know that the best is still yet to come. The road to a BQ has more obstacles as the standards have changed, and I will now have to run the same time I would have ran as a 37-year-old when I decided to take on this challenge. Bring it on. So here's to the miles behind me, the goals ahead, and to everyone out there starting or continuing their own journey. Keep running. It will change you in ways you've never expected. See you in Big Bear in several weeks.